Ethan walked into the emergency room for a simple cut on his hand. He had no idea his entire life was about to shatter in the most unexpected way. A routine hospital visit, a DNA alert on a nurse's computer screen, two names that matched his, Liam Hale and Noah Hale, his sons, 7-year-old twin boys he never knew existed, and standing across the hall, frozen in shock, was the woman he'd loved and lost 7 years ago, Maya Brooks, the mother of his children. She'd tried to find him when she discovered she was pregnant, but he had vanished, leaving her to raise their sons alone. Now, face to face after all these years, they're forced to confront the past, navigate forgiveness, and decide if a shattered love can be pieced back together for the sake of two boys who deserve a father. Can Ethan prove he's not the man who disappeared? Can Maya trust him with her heart again? If you're watching this, subscribe and tell me where you're from, because this story of second chances will stay with you long after it ends. The emergency room doors slid open with a soft whoosh. Ethan Hale walked through them, his right hand wrapped in a dirty work rag that was slowly turning red. His jaw was tight. The cut wasn't terrible, but it was deep enough that he knew it needed stitches. "Hi there." The woman at the front desk looked up. Her name tag said Jennifer. "What brings you in today?" "Cut my hand at work." Ethan lifted the rag slightly. "Pretty sure I need stitches." Jennifer nodded and slid a clipboard across the counter. "Fill this out. Insurance card and ID, please." Ethan fumbled with his wallet using his good hand. The pain was starting to throb now that the shock was wearing off. He'd been cutting metal at the construction site when the saw slipped. Stupid mistake. He was usually more careful. He filled out the forms as best he could, his handwriting messy with his left hand. Name, address, emergency contact. He paused at that one. His mom had passed away 3 years ago. He didn't have anyone else, really. He left it blank. 20 minutes later, a nurse called his name. "Ethan Hale?" He stood up. His hand was really hurting now. The nurse was a middle-aged black woman with kind eyes, and her hair pulled back in a neat bun. Her badge read Carla Henderson, RN. "Follow me, hun, let's get you taken care of." She led him to a small triage area and took his blood pressure and temperature. Then she unwrapped his hand and examined the cut. "Yeah, you're going to need stitches for sure." She rewrapped it with clean gauze. "Doctor will be with you soon. I just need to get your information into our system first." Ethan watched as she typed on the computer. The afternoon light filtered through the windows, making everything feel surreal and slow. Carla frowned at her screen. "That's odd," she muttered. "What's wrong?" "Nothing, just give me 1 second." She clicked her mouse a few times, leaning closer to the monitor. Ethan didn't think much of it. Hospital computers were probably always glitching. "Okay, you're all set," Carla said, but her voice sounded strange, uncertain. "The doctor should be here in about 10 minutes. She walked away quickly, glancing back at him once with a confused expression. Across the hall, in the pediatric waiting area, Maya Brooks sat between her 2 7-year-old sons. Liam was reading a picture book, his legs swinging back and forth. Noah was fidgeting with a small toy car, making quiet engine noises. "Boys, sit still," Maya said gently. She smoothed down Liam's hair. It always stuck up in the back, no matter what she did. "When's our turn?" Noah asked. "Soon, baby. We're just here for your checkup. It won't take long." Maya glanced at her phone. She had about an hour before she needed to get back to work. Her boss had been understanding about her taking time off for the appointment, but she didn't want to push it. She looked at her sons and felt that familiar mix of love and exhaustion. Being a single mom wasn't easy, but these 2 boys were her whole world. Everything she did was for them. Liam looked just like her, same warm brown skin, same dark eyes. Noah had her skin tone too, but something about his face was different. The shape of his nose, the way his ears sat. Maya saw their father in Noah every single day. Ethan. She pushed the thought away. She'd made peace with raising the twins alone. She'd tried to find him when she first learned she was pregnant, but he'd disappeared, changed his number, left town without a word. She'd been heartbroken and furious and scared all at once. But she'd survived. She'd built a good life for her boys. They were happy and healthy and loved. That was what mattered. "Maya Brooks?" A nurse appeared in the doorway. "That's us." Maya stood up and gathered her purse. "Come on, boys." They followed the nurse down the hallway. As they passed the main triage area, Maya noticed a man sitting in one of the curtain sections holding his bandaged hand. She only saw him for a second. Dark blonde hair, broad shoulders, work boots. Her heart stuttered. No, it couldn't be. She kept walking. telling herself she was seeing things. Ethan didn't live here anymore, he was long gone. Her mind was just playing tricks on her. Back in the triage area, Nurse Carla returned to Ethan with a tablet in her hand. Her face was serious. "Mr. Hale, I need to ask you a few questions." "Okay." Ethan straightened up in his chair. "Is something wrong with my insurance?" "No, nothing like that." Carla sat down across from him. "I need you to confirm your full name and date of birth for me." "Ethan James Hale, March 15th, 1995. Carla nodded slowly. "And do you have any children?" Ethan blinked. "What? No. Why are you asking me that?" Carla's expression was unreadable. "Our electronic medical record system has flagged something. It shows a first-degree paternal genetic match with 2 patients in our system. Twin boys. Their names are Liam Hale and Noah Hale." The words didn't make sense at first. Ethan stared at her. "That's not possible," he said. "I don't have kids. There must be some mistake in your system." "The DNA matching system is very accurate," Carla said carefully. "It's used to identify family members in case of emergencies. According to this, you're the biological father of these 2 boys." Ethan's mouth went dry. His mind raced. He hadn't been with anyone seriously since Maya. His heart stopped. Maya. 7 years ago. Right before everything fell apart. Right before his mom got sick and he had to move back home to take care of her. Right before his whole life went sideways and he lost his phone and changed his number because he couldn't afford to keep it. Maya. "Where are they?" Ethan heard himself ask. "The boys. Are they here?" Carla hesitated. "They were just here for a routine checkup. They might still be—" "I need to see them." Ethan stood up, dizzy. "I need to—" "Mr. Hale, please, sit down." Carla's voice was firm, but kind. "Let me check if they're still in the building." She stepped away and spoke quietly into a phone. Ethan's pulse hammered in his ears. Twin boys, 7 years old, named Hale. Maya tried to tell me. She must have tried to tell me. The guilt hit him like a freight train. All these years she'd been raising his sons alone. All these years he'd had children and didn't even know. "They're here," Carla said, returning. "They just finished their appointment. Their mother is— well, she's in the hallway." "Maya," Ethan whispered. Carla's eyebrows rose. "You know her. We were together. 7 years ago. Right before I left town." Ethan ran his good hand through his hair. "I didn't know. I swear I didn't know about the kids." "I believe you." Carla's voice was gentle now. "Would you like me to ask her to come over here?" Ethan nodded, unable to speak. Maya was walking toward the exit, holding both boys' hands, when Nurse Carla appeared in front of her. "Ms. Brooks, can I speak with you for a moment?" Maya frowned. "Is something wrong? The doctor said the boys were fine." "Everything's fine with their health." Carla glanced at the twins, then back at Maya. "But there's a situation. Can you come with me for a second?" Maya's stomach tightened. "What kind of situation?" "It's better if I show you." Maya looked down at her boys. "Stay right here. Don't move. I'll be right back." "Okay, Mama," Liam said. Carla led Maya around the corner to the triage area. And there, sitting in a chair with a bandaged hand, was the man Maya had been trying to forget for 7 years. Ethan Hale. He looked older. His face had lost some of its boyishness. There were lines around his eyes that hadn't been there before, but it was definitely him. Their eyes met. Maya's legs went weak. She grabbed the wall for support. "Maya," Ethan said. His voice cracked on her name. "What?" Maya couldn't form words. "What are you doing here?" "I cut my hand at work. I came in for stitches." Ethan stood up slowly. "I didn't know. Maya, I swear I didn't know you were here." Nurse Carla stepped forward. "The hospital system flagged a DNA match. Mr. Hale is registered as the biological father of your sons." Maya felt like the floor was tilting. She looked at Carla, then at Ethan, then back at Carla. You told him?" "The system alerted us automatically," Carla explained. "It's designed for emergency situations, to identify family members." Maya's breath came in short gasps. 7 years. 7 years of doing this alone. And now he was just here, standing in front of her like no time had passed at all. "Are they—" Ethan's voice was rough. "Are they here? The boys?" "Don't." Maya held up her hand. "Don't you dare." "Maya, please." "You left." The words burst out of her. "You disappeared. I tried to find you. I called. I went to your apartment. You were just gone. My mum got sick." Ethan's face was anguished. "I had to move back home to take care of her. I lost my phone. Everything fell apart. I didn't know how to reach you." "You could have tried harder." Maya's voice shook. Tears burned in her eyes, but she refused to let them fall. You could have found a way. You're right. Ethan took a step toward her. You're absolutely right. I should have tried harder. I should have... Mama? They both turned. Liam and Noah stood at the edge of the hallway. Liam's face was worried. Noah was clutching his toy car. Maya's heart clenched. She quickly wiped her eyes and walked over to them. It's okay, babies. Everything's okay. But Ethan was staring at the boys with an expression Maya couldn't quite read. Wonder, grief, shock. They look... Ethan's voice broke. Maya, they look like... Don't, Maya said again. But this time her voice was quieter, tired. Nurse Carla cleared her throat. Perhaps you two should talk somewhere private. There's a consultation room down the hall. Maya wanted to refuse. She wanted to grab her sons and run, but she could see the questions forming in Liam's eyes, the confusion on Noah's face. They deserved answers, even if she didn't want to give them. Fine, Maya said. 5 minutes. The consultation room was small and plain. Beige walls, a round table, 4 plastic chairs. It smelled like disinfectant. Maya sat with the twins on either side of her. Ethan sat across from them, looking like he might pass out. Who's that? Noah asked, pointing at Ethan. Maya's throat tightened. How was she supposed to explain this? She'd always told the boys that their daddy loved them, but couldn't be with them right now. She'd told them that sometimes grown-ups had to be apart, even when they didn't want to be. She'd never told them that their father didn't know they existed. His name is Ethan, Maya said slowly. We used to know each other. A long time ago. Liam tilted his head. How long ago? Before you were born. Ethan was gripping the edge of the table so hard his knuckles were white. His bandaged hand was shaking. Maya, he said quietly, please, I need to understand. When did you find out you were pregnant? Maya took a deep breath. The twins were watching both of them now, quiet and alert. About 6 weeks after you left, she said. I took a test. I tried calling you. Your number was disconnected. I went to your apartment and someone else was living there. I asked around, but no one knew where you'd gone. I was in Indiana, Ethan said, taking care of my mom. She had cancer, stage 4. I couldn't afford to keep my phone plan and I didn't think to tell people where I was going because everything happened so fast. Maya felt a pang of sympathy despite herself. I didn't know about your mom. I'm sorry. She passed away 3 years ago. Ethan's eyes were wet. I should have come back sooner. I should have looked for you. I thought you'd moved on. I thought you'd forgotten about me. I named them after you, Maya whispered. Liam and Noah Hale, because they were yours, no matter where you were. Ethan made a sound like he'd been punched. He covered his face with his good hand. I'm sorry, he said. The words came out muffled and broken. Maya, I'm so sorry. Liam tugged on Maya's sleeve. Mama, why is he crying? Maya didn't know what to say. Her own tears were coming now, hot and fast. Because sometimes grown-ups cry when they're sad, she managed, or when they're happy, or when they're feeling a lot of things all at once. Noah leaned forward, studying Ethan with curious eyes. Are you our daddy? The room went silent. Ethan lowered his hand. His face was streaked with tears. He looked at Noah, then at Liam, then at Maya. Can I answer him? Ethan asked. Please? Maya nodded slowly. Ethan turned to the boys. Yes, he said. His voice was steady, even though his hands were shaking. I'm your dad. I didn't know about you until today, but now that I know, I want to be in your life, if that's okay with your mum, and if that's okay with you. Liam's eyes went wide. Really? Really? Noah squinted at him. Where were you? I was far away, taking care of my mum when she was sick. I should have tried harder to stay in touch with your mama. That was my mistake, and I'm really, really sorry. The twins looked at each other. Some unspoken twin communication passed between them. Then Liam turned back to Ethan. Do you like dinosaurs? Liam asked. Ethan blinked. Yes, I do. Good. I like dinosaurs a lot. Me too, Noah added. But I like cars more. And just like that, the tension in the room shifted. Not gone, but different. Lighter. Maya wanted to laugh and cry at the same time. Leave it to 7-year-olds to cut through everything and just ask what mattered. I need to think about all this, Maya said. She stood up, gathering her purse. This is a lot, for all of us. I understand. Ethan stood too. He looked desperate. But please, Maya, let me see them. Let me be part of their lives. I'll do whatever you need me to do. I'll follow whatever rules you set. Just, please. Maya studied him. The old Ethan had been sweet, gentle, a little lost. This Ethan looked older, steadier, but his eyes held the same softness she remembered. "I was never going to keep you away from them," she said quietly. "If you'd been here, if I'd known how to find you, I would have told you. I'm not that person. These boys deserve their father." Relief flooded Ethan's face. "Thank you. But we're doing this my way, slowly. We don't rush things. The boys come first, always." "Agreed. Whatever you say." Maya pulled out her phone. "Give me your number." They exchanged numbers in silence. The twins watched the whole thing with wide eyes. As they left the consultation room, Liam reached up and tugged on Ethan's shirt. "Will we see you again?" Liam asked. Ethan crouched down to Liam's level. "If your mama says it's okay, yes, I promise." "Okay?" Liam smiled. It was a shy smile, but a real one. Noah stayed back, watching Ethan carefully. Not unfriendly, just cautious. Maya put her hands on both boys' shoulders. "Let's go home, we can talk more later." As they walked away, Maya glanced back once. Ethan was still standing in the hallway, watching them leave. His bandaged hand hung at his side. His face was a mixture of hope and heartbreak. Maya's heart twisted. Part of her wanted to be angry, but another part of her, the part that had loved him once, just felt sad. Sad for all the time they'd lost. Sad for her boys growing up without a father. Sad for Ethan missing 7 years of their lives. What now? She thought. Where do we go from here? That night Maya couldn't sleep. She lay in bed staring at the ceiling, her mind racing. The boys had asked 100 questions on the drive home. Where does he live? What does he do for work? Can we see him tomorrow? Will he come to our house? Maya had answered as best she could. Yes, he lives nearby. He works in construction. We'll see him again soon. Maybe he can visit sometime. She hadn't told them the full truth. That she'd spent years angry at their father. That she'd cried herself to sleep more nights than she could count. That every time someone asked about the boy's dad, it felt like a knife in her chest. But she also hadn't lied. She wouldn't poison them against Ethan. That wasn't fair to anyone. Her phone buzzed on the nightstand. A text message. "I know it's late. I just wanted to say thank you again for letting me see them, for not shutting me out. I won't let you down, Maya. I promise." Maya stared at the message for a long time. Her finger hovered over the keyboard. Finally, she typed back, "They're good boys. The best. You'll see." His response came quickly. "They must get that from you." Maya felt something warm flutter in her chest. She ignored it. "Get your hand looked at. You still need those stitches. I will. Good night, Maya. Good night." Maya put her phone down and closed her eyes. Tomorrow she would figure out what came next. Tomorrow she would make a plan. But tonight she just needed to breathe. The next morning, Ethan woke up early. He'd barely slept. His hand throbbed. He'd gotten the stitches late last night after Maya left, but that wasn't why he couldn't sleep. He had sons. Twin boys. 7 years old. He kept saying it in his head, trying to make it feel real. "I'm a father." He got out of bed and walked to the small kitchen of his rental house. It was a modest place. Nothing fancy. But it was his. He'd worked hard to get back on his feet after his mom died. He made coffee and sat at the kitchen table thinking, what did kids like? What did 7-year-old boys need? He had no idea. He'd never spent much time around children. He grabbed his phone and started researching. What do 7-year-old boys like to do? How to bond with your child. Being a good father. An hour later, he'd made a list. Take them to the park. Play games with them. Ask them about school. Listen. Just be present. He could do that. He could be present. At 9 o'clock, he texted Maya. "Good morning, I know this is fast, but would it be okay if I saw the boys today? We could meet somewhere public. A park, maybe? Totally understand if it's too soon." He waited, his heart pounding. Her response took 10 minutes. 10 agonizing minutes. "There's a playground near my apartment. Oak Street Park. We can meet there at 11. Ethan let out a breath he didn't know he'd been holding. "I'll be there. Thank you." He jumped in the shower, then stood in front of his closet trying to figure out what to wear. This was ridiculous. They were 7. They didn't care about his clothes. But Maya would be there, and for some reason, that made him want to look presentable. He settled on jeans and a clean grey t-shirt. Simple. Normal. Before he left, he stopped at a store and bought 2 small presents. Puzzles. The boxes said they were for ages 7 and up. One had dinosaurs. One had race cars. He hoped it was okay. He hoped he wasn't overstepping. "Please let me not mess this up," he thought as he drove to the park. Maya was already there when Ethan arrived. She sat on a bench near the playground, watching the twins climb on the jungle gym. She wore jeans and a soft yellow sweater. Her hair was pulled back in a ponytail. She looked beautiful. She'd always been beautiful. Ethan walked over slowly, suddenly nervous. "Hi." Maya looked up. "Hi. Thank you for this, for meeting me." "I'm not doing it for you," Maya said, but her voice wasn't cruel, just honest. "I'm doing it for them." "I know." Ethan sat down next to her, leaving a respectful distance between them. "I brought them something. Is that okay? I didn't want to show up empty-handed." "What did you bring?" Ethan pulled the puzzles out of his bag. Maya looked at them, and her expression softened slightly. "They'll like those. They love puzzles." "I wasn't sure what to get. I don't really know what they like yet." "You'll learn." Maya called out to the boys. "Liam, Noah, come here for a minute." The twins scrambled down from the jungle gym and ran over. They stopped a few feet away, eyeing Ethan shyly. "Hi, guys," Ethan said. He felt like an idiot. "How are you supposed to talk to kids?" "Hi," Liam said. Noah just nodded. Ethan held up the puzzle boxes. "I brought you something. I hope you like them." Liam's face lit up. "Dinosaurs." Noah took the car puzzle carefully. "Cool. You're welcome." Ethan smiled. "Your mom says you like puzzles." "Yeah." Liam clutched the dinosaur puzzle to his chest. "Can we do it now?" "Maybe later, baby," Maya said gently. "Why don't you play for a bit first?" The boys ran back to the playground, but this time Ethan noticed they kept glancing back at him, checking to see if he was still there. He waved. Liam waved back immediately. Noah took longer, but eventually he waved too. "They're good kids," Ethan said softly. "I know they are." Maya's voice held fierce pride. "I've done my best. You've done an amazing job, I can see that." They sat in silence for a while, watching the boys play. It was strange, surreal. 24 hours ago, Ethan's biggest worry was whether he'd need stitches. Now he was sitting next to the woman he'd never stopped thinking about, watching sons he didn't know he had. "I'm sorry," Ethan said suddenly, "for leaving, for not trying harder, for all of it." Maya didn't look at him. "You said that already." "I know, but I need you to hear it. I need you to know that I regret every day I missed. If I could go back and do it differently, I would. But you can't." Maya's voice was quiet. "None of us can go back." "No, but we can move forward." Maya finally turned to look at him. Her dark eyes were serious, guarded. "I won't let you hurt them," she said. "If you're going to be in their lives, you have to be all in. You can't show up for a few weeks and then disappear. They've been through enough." "I understand. I'm not going anywhere, Maya, I promise." "Don't make promises you can't keep." "I can keep this one." A light drizzle started to fall, just a sprinkle at first, then a bit heavier. "Mama," Liam called out. "It's raining." "I know, baby. Come on, let's get to the shelter." They all hurried to the covered pavilion area. The twins were giggling, their shirts spotted with raindrops. "That came out of nowhere," Maya said, brushing water from her arms. Ethan smiled. "Weather's unpredictable this time of year." They stood under the shelter, watching the rain. The twins chattered about the playground, about school, about a movie they'd watched last night. Ethan listened to every word, trying to memorize their voices. The way Liam talked with his hands, the way Noah's laugh sounded like hiccups. These were his sons, his. After about 10 minutes, the rain started to lighten. "We should probably head home," Maya said. "I need to make lunch." "Okay." Ethan didn't want them to go, but he knew not to push. "Can I see you guys again soon? Maybe tomorrow?" Maya hesitated, then nodded. "I'll text you." "Thank you." The boys said goodbye shyly. Liam gave Ethan an awkward little wave. Noah stared at his shoes. But as they walked away, Ethan saw Noah turn back once and look at him, just for a second. Then he turned around and took his mother's hand. It was something, a small crack in the wall. Ethan would take it. He watched them until they disappeared around the corner. Then he stood in the rain, letting it soak through his shirt, feeling more alive than he had in years. That evening, Maya stirred a pot of spaghetti sauce on the stove. The boys were in the living room doing their puzzles. She could hear them talking quietly to each other, the way they always did, their own little language. A knock at the door made her jump. "I'll get it," Liam called. "No, wait!" But Maya was too late. Liam had already opened the door. "Aunt Denise!" Maya's stomach dropped. She'd forgotten her aunt was coming over tonight. Denise Brooks was a tall woman with natural grey hair and sharp eyes that missed nothing. She worked as a school administrator and carried herself like someone who'd seen everything twice. She swept into the apartment with a bag of groceries. "Hey, baby." Denise kissed the top of Liam's head, then Noah's. "How are my favorite boys?" "Good. Look what we got. Liam held up his dinosaur puzzle. Denise examined it. That's nice. Where'd this come from? The boys looked at each other, then at Maya. Maya took a deep breath. This was going to be a long night. Aunt Denise, can we talk in the kitchen? Denise's eyes narrowed. She knew Maya's tone. Something was up. They left the boys in the living room and stepped into the small kitchen. Maya turned down the stove and leaned against the counter. I need to tell you something. Okay. Denise crossed her arms. I'm listening. Ethan's back. The silence that followed was heavy. Ethan. Denise's voice was flat. Ethan Hale, the man who disappeared 7 years ago and left you pregnant and alone. Yes. How did this happen? Maya explained the hospital, the DNA match, everything. Denise listened without interrupting, her face growing more and more concerned. So he just shows up after 7 years, Denise said when Maya finished. And you're just letting him see the boys just like that? It's not just like that, Maya said quietly. He didn't know about them. His mother was sick. He lost his phone. It was circumstances. Circumstances. Denise shook her head. Maya, baby, I love you. You know I do. But you're being too soft about this. What should I do? Keep him away from his own sons? I'm saying you need to be careful. You worked so hard to build this life. You and those boys have a good thing going. And now this man comes back and suddenly everything's different? Maya felt tears prick her eyes. I know it's complicated, but I can't keep them apart. It wouldn't be right. Denise's expression softened. She pulled Maya into a hug. I'm not saying you're wrong, Denise murmured. I'm just saying be careful. Protect your heart. Protect those boys. That's all. I will. He hurt you once. I don't want to see it happen again. It won't. But even as Maya said it, she wasn't sure if she believed it. They pulled apart and Denise wiped a tear from Maya's cheek. Now let me see those boys and their fancy puzzles. Later that night, after Denise left and the boys were asleep, Maya's phone buzzed. Are the boys free tomorrow after school? I'd love to pick them up if that's okay. I want to be part of their routine. Maya stared at the message. Part of their routine. That was a big step, but it was also what the boys needed. A father who showed up. Okay, school gets out at 3:15 Oak Street Elementary. I'll let the office know you're on the pickup list. Thank you. I won't let you down. Maya hoped he meant it. The next afternoon, Ethan arrived at the school at 3 o'clock. He was early. Too early, but he couldn't help it. He stood near the entrance with a cluster of other parents. Everyone seemed to know each other. They chatted and laughed, while Ethan stood alone, nervous. Maya had texted him earlier with instructions. Wait by the main doors. The teacher will bring the kids out. Her name is Ms. Rivera. At 3:15 exactly, the doors opened and children poured out. Ethan scanned the crowd, looking for his sons. Then he saw them, Liam and Noah walking hand in hand with a young Latina woman who must be their teacher. Boys! Maya's voice called out. Ethan turned and saw Maya approaching from the parking lot. She must have left work early. Mama! The twins ran to her, but then Liam spotted Ethan. Ethan's here. Liam's face broke into a huge smile. Ethan's heart swelled. The kid remembered him, wanted to see him. Hi, guys. Ethan crouched down. How was school? Good. Liam started talking immediately about art class and the butterfly they'd seen at recess. Noah hung back but nodded when Ethan asked him the same question. You must be Mr. Hale. The teacher stepped forward with a warm smile. I'm Ms. Rivera, the boys' teacher. Nice to meet you. Ethan shook her hand. Ms. Rivera glanced between Ethan and the boys. I can definitely see the resemblance, the eyes. Ethan blinked. He hadn't noticed, but now that she said it, yes. Noah had his eyes. That same blue-green color. They're great kids, Ms. Rivera continued. Real sweet. Smart, too. Thank you. Ethan didn't know what else to say. Pride filled his chest. His sons were sweet. Smart. Maya appeared at his side. Thanks, Ms. Rivera. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a good evening. Ms. Rivera waved and headed back into the building. They walked together toward the parking lot. The boys ran ahead, chasing each other around a tree. That went well, Maya said. Yeah. Ethan watched his sons play. She seems nice. The teacher. She is. The boys love her. Maya? Ethan stopped walking. Can I ask you something? What? Can I spend more time with them? Not just an hour here or there. Real time. Dinner, maybe. Or helping with homework. Whatever you're comfortable with. Maya studied him. He could see her weighing the request. Considering. Okay, she said finally. But we start slow. You can join us for dinner tonight if you want. Nothing fancy, just spaghetti. I'd love that. And Ethan? Yeah? Don't make me regret this. I won't. Dinner was awkward at first. The boys were excited but shy. Ethan sat at Maya's small kitchen table, feeling like an intruder in their space. But then Liam asked him about his job. And Ethan started telling stories about construction sites, about the time a seagull stole someone's sandwich, about the building they were working on that was going to be a library. The boys laughed. Noah asked questions. Maya smiled into her spaghetti. Can we show him our room? Liam asked Maya. If he wants to see it. I definitely want to see it, Ethan said. The boys' room was small but cozy. 2 twin beds with matching blue comforters, posters of dinosaurs and cars on the walls, books stacked on a shared shelf, toys organized in bins. This is cool, Ethan said, and he meant it. The room was clearly loved. Every detail showed Maya's care. That's my bed. Noah pointed to the one by the window. Liam's is there. Do you guys share a room by choice or because there's only one extra bedroom? We like sharing, Liam said. It's not scary at night when you have your brother. Ethan's throat tightened. These boys had each other. They'd always had each other. Even when they didn't have him. They played with Legos for a while. Ethan sat on the floor between the boys, helping them build a spaceship. It felt natural, easy, right. At 8 o'clock, Maya appeared in the doorway. Okay, boys, time for bed. Oh, already? Yes, already. Tomorrow's a school day. The boys groaned but started putting away the Legos. Ethan helped clean up. Will you come back? Liam asked as Ethan stood to leave. If your mama says it's okay, yes. It's okay, Maya said softly. You can come back. Ethan said goodnight to the boys. As he walked down the hallway with Maya, he felt lighter than he had in years. They stepped outside into the cool evening air. The apartment complex was quiet. Streetlights glowed orange. Thank you, Ethan said, for tonight, for letting me in. You're their father. You deserve to know them. I missed so much already. I know, but you're here now. Maya looked up at him. In the dim light, her face was soft, forgiving almost. That's what matters. Ethan wanted to say more, wanted to tell her how sorry he was, how much he'd thought about her over the years, how seeing her again made him realize he'd never really moved on. But he didn't. It was too soon, too much. Good night, Maya. Good night. Ethan walked to his car and drove home with a smile on his face. The next morning, Ethan couldn't concentrate at work. His supervisor noticed. So you all right, Hale? You seem distracted. Yeah, sorry, just personal stuff. Everything okay? Ethan hesitated, then decided to just say it. I found out I have kids, twin boys, 7 years old. His supervisor's eyebrows shot up. What? You didn't know? Long story, but yeah, I'm a dad. Well, congratulations, man, that's wow. Ethan grinned. Yeah, wow. During his lunch break, he went to a bookstore. He found the parenting section and stood there feeling overwhelmed. There were hundreds of books. How to talk to kids, how to discipline, how to help with school, how to handle emotions. He grabbed 3 that looked helpful and paid for them. On his way out, he passed the children's section and impulsively bought 2 picture books. One about a boy who loved dinosaurs, one about a boy who wanted to build cars. That evening, he texted Maya. I bought some books for the boys. Can I drop them off? You don't have to keep buying them things, I know, but I want to. Okay, come by around 7. When Ethan arrived, Maya had just finished cleaning up from dinner. The boys were doing homework at the table. Hi, Ethan, Liam waved enthusiastically. Hey, buddy. Hey, Noah. Noah looked up and gave a small smile. Progress. Ethan handed over the books. The boys' faces lit up. Cool. Liam flipped through the dinosaur book immediately. Thanks, Noah said quietly. He actually met Ethan's eyes when he said it. You're welcome. Maya was watching from the kitchen. Ethan caught her eye and she gave him a small nod. Approval. Can Ethan help us with homework? Liam asked. Maya looked surprised. I don't know. Ethan might have other things to do. I don't, Ethan said quickly. I mean, if you're okay with it, I'd love to help. Okay, they have math worksheets and some reading. Ethan sat down at the table with the boys. The math was basic addition and subtraction. He helped Liam work through a problem about apples and oranges. Noah finished his worksheet first. He was fast, sharp. Good job, Ethan said, checking Noah's answers. You got them all right. Noah's chest puffed up with pride. They worked for another half hour. Then Maya announced it was bath time. Can Ethan stay until we're done? Liam asked. Liam, honey, Ethan has his own home. He can't stay here all night. But, It's okay, Ethan said gently. I'll come back tomorrow. I promise. After the boys went to get ready for their baths, Maya walked Ethan to the door. You're good with them, she said. I'm trying. It shows. They stood there for a moment, neither quite ready to say goodbye. Maya, can I ask you something? Sure. Why didn't you hate me? When I showed up at the hospital, you could have told me to leave. You could have kept me away from them. But you didn't. Maya was quiet for a long time. Because I know what it's like to grow up without a father, she said finally. My dad left when I was 4, never came back, and it hurt. It hurt so much. I'm sorry. I didn't want that for my boys. If there was even a chance you'd stick around, I had to take it. For them. I'm sticking around, Ethan said firmly. I promise you that. Maya nodded. Okay. As Ethan drove home, he thought about what Maya had said. She'd given him this chance not for herself, but for their sons. Because she knew what it felt like to be abandoned. He wouldn't let her down. He wouldn't let any of them down. Saturday came. Ethan had been seeing the boys every day for a week now. Small visits, homework help, dinner, reading stories. But today, Maya had agreed to a longer outing. They were going to the big community park across town. Ethan picked them up at 10 in the morning. The boys scrambled into his truck, arguing over who got to sit in the middle. Rock, paper, scissors, Maya said from the driveway. Settle it fair. Noah won. Liam grumbled but climbed in on the other side. I'll follow you in my car, Maya said. At the park, the boys took off running toward the playground. Ethan and Maya followed at a slower pace. They have a lot of energy, Ethan observed. You have no idea. This is them on a calm day. They spent the morning playing. Ethan pushed the boys on the swings. They climbed on the jungle gym. Maya sat on a bench reading a book, but kept one eye on them at all times. Around noon they had a picnic. Maya had packed sandwiches and fruit. The boys ate quickly and ran off again. Thank you for this, Ethan said, for giving me these moments. Stop thanking me. You're their father. This is what fathers do. Still, I know it hasn't been easy for you. Maya was quiet for a moment. No, it hasn't. But seeing them with you, seeing how happy they are, it makes it worth it. Ethan wanted to reach for her hand, wanted to close the distance between them on the bench, but he held back. Ethan, come play, Liam called from the top of a tall climbing structure. I'm coming. Ethan jogged over. Noah was trying to climb up the structure, but couldn't reach the first handhold. He looked frustrated. Need some help? Ethan asked. Noah hesitated, then nodded. Ethan lifted Noah up, just enough to grab the handhold. Now you try. I'll spot you. Noah climbed slowly, carefully. Ethan stayed close, hands ready to catch him if he fell. When Noah reached the top, he turned around with the biggest smile Ethan had seen from him yet. I did it. You sure did. Did you see, Mama? Noah yelled down. I saw, Maya called back. I'm so proud of you. Ethan felt a swell of emotion. This was what it meant to be a father. These small moments. This pride in your child's accomplishments. He was starting to understand. Later, as they walked back toward the parking lot, an elderly black man approached. He was walking a small dog. Maya, the man called, is that you? Mr. Lawson, Maya smiled. Hi, how are you? Can't complain. Who are these handsome boys? My sons, Liam and Noah. And this is Ethan. Mr. Lawson shook Ethan's hand. His grip was firm despite his age. Nice to meet you. You're the husband? Maya's eyes went wide. Oh no, we're not. I'm the boy's father, Ethan said quickly. But Maya and I aren't together. Ah, Mr. Lawson looked between them with knowing eyes. My mistake. You just look like a family, that's all. After Mr. Lawson walked away with his dog, Maya and Ethan stood there awkwardly. Sorry about that, Maya said. It's fine. Ethan smiled. We do kind of look like a family, don't we? Maya looked at the boys chasing each other in circles. Yeah, I guess we do. They didn't say anything else, but something had shifted. Something warm and hopeful. Monday morning, Maya arrived at work still thinking about the weekend, about Ethan with the boys, about Mr. Lawson's comment. You look like a family. Did they? Could they be? Earth to Maya. She jumped. Her co-worker, Darius, stood next to her desk with 2 cups of coffee. Sorry, I was spacing out. I can see that. Darius set 1 coffee on her desk. Thought you might need this. Thanks. Maya took a sip. Perfect. Darius remembered how she liked her coffee. So what's got you so distracted? You've been in La La Land all morning. Maya hesitated. She and Darius were friendly but not close. Still, he'd always been kind to her. Just personal stuff. Family things. Everything okay with the boys? Yeah. Actually, everything's good. Really good. Well, that's a relief. Darius pulled up a chair. Hey, I've been meaning to ask. I'm working on the quarterly report spreadsheets and I'm drowning. Any chance you could help me out? You're way better at this stuff than I am. Sure, send me what you have and I'll take a look. You're a lifesaver. Darius grinned. He was nice, funny, easy to talk to. If Maya was being honest, he was also handsome, but she'd never thought of him as anything more than a co-worker. How's your evening looking? Darius asked. If you're free, we could grab dinner and work on the spreadsheets together. My treat. Oh, Maya felt suddenly uncomfortable. Was he asking her on a date, or was this just a work thing? I have to get home to my kids, but I can look at the spreadsheets tonight and send you notes. That works too. Thanks, Maya. After he left, Maya stared at her computer screen. She wasn't interested in Darius, but for the first time in years she found herself wondering if she was interested in someone. Stop it, she told herself. You and Ethan are co-parenting. That's all. But her heart didn't quite believe it. That evening, Ethan showed up at Maya's apartment at his usual time, 6:30, right when the boys got home from their after-school program. But when Maya opened the door, Ethan noticed something was off. She seemed distant, distracted. Everything okay? He asked. Fine. Why? You just seem, I don't know, quiet. Long day at work. Maya stepped aside to let him in. The boys tackled him with hugs. Ethan laughed and ruffled their hair. They had dinner, did homework, read stories. The usual routine, but the whole time Ethan kept glancing at Maya. Something was bothering her. When the boys went to brush their teeth, Ethan helped Maya clean up the dishes. Did I do something wrong? He asked quietly. What? No. You seem upset with me. I'm not upset with you. Maya scrubbed a plate harder than necessary. I'm just tired. Okay. Ethan didn't push, but he didn't believe her either. As he was leaving, Maya walked him to the door like always. They stood in the hallway. Maya, if something's bothering you, you can tell me. It's nothing, really. Is it about the boys, about me spending time with them? No. The boys love having you around. That's not the problem. Then what is? Maya sighed. She leaned against the wall, looking exhausted. My co-worker asked me to have dinner with him tonight, to work on spreadsheets, and I said no because I had to come home. But it made me realize I don't have time for anything except work and the boys, and now you. My whole life is scheduled down to the minute. Ethan felt a pang of guilt. And something else, jealousy? This co-worker, are you interested in him? What? No. Ethan, that's not the point. But he's interested in you. Maya's eyes flashed. I don't know. Maybe. It doesn't matter. It matters to me. The words hung in the air between them. Maya stared at him. Why? Ethan didn't know how to answer. Because admitting the truth, that he still had feelings for her, that seeing her every day was making him fall for her all over again, felt too big, too soon. Because you deserve to have a life, he said instead. You deserve time for yourself. If you want to have dinner with your co-worker, you should. I can watch the boys. That's not what I'm asking for. Then what are you asking for? I don't know. Maya's voice rose slightly. Then she caught herself, lowered it again. I'm sorry. I'm overwhelmed. This whole situation is overwhelming. I know, I'm sorry. I don't want to make your life harder. You're not. You're making it different, and different is scary. They stood there in the hallway, the weight of unspoken things pressing down on them. For what it's worth, Ethan said softly, I think you're doing an amazing job, with everything. And if you need a break, if you need time to yourself, I'm here. I can take the boys on weekends. Give you some space to breathe. Maya's eyes glistened. Thank you. I mean it. I know you do. Ethan wanted to hug her, wanted to promise her that everything would be okay, but he just nodded and walked away. As he drove home, he thought about what she'd said, about her co-worker, about not having time for herself. He didn't want to be jealous. He had no right to be. Maya wasn't his. But God, he wanted her to be. The next evening, Maya got home late. Aunt Denise had picked up the boys from their program and was waiting at the apartment with them. Sorry, Maya said, rushing through the door. Meeting ran over. It's fine. Denise stood and grabbed her purse. Boys are fed. Homework's done. They're good kids, Maya. I know, thank you for helping. Denise paused at the door. How's things with Ethan? Good. Fine. He's been great with the boys. And with you? Maya didn't answer right away. Denise stepped closer. Baby, I see that look on your face. I know that look. What look? The look that says you're catching feelings again. I'm not. Maya stopped. She couldn't lie to Denise. Maybe. I don't know. It's complicated. Of course it's complicated. You have history, you have children together. But Maya, be careful. You can co-parent with someone without getting romantically involved. I know that. Do you? Because from where I'm standing, it looks like you're both falling into old patterns. Maya sat down on the couch, suddenly exhausted. What if I want to fall into old patterns? What if I never really got over him? Denise sat down next to her. Then you need to ask yourself if that's smart, or if it's just familiar. He's different now, more mature, more present. He's been back for 2 weeks, Maya. 2 weeks. Give it time. See if he really sticks around. You don't think he will? I think people can surprise you, for better or worse. Denise squeezed Maya's hand. Just protect your heart. That's all I'm saying. After Denise left, Maya sat with the boys and watched a movie, but her mind was elsewhere. Her phone buzzed. Hey, just wanted to check in. You doing okay after last night? Maya smiled despite herself. I'm fine. Sorry for being weird. You weren't weird. You were honest. I appreciate that. The boys are asking when you're coming over again. Tomorrow. I can bring pizza. They'd love that. Great. See you then. Maya put her phone down and looked at her sons. Liam was already half asleep on the couch. Noah was fighting to keep his eyes open. Come on, boys. Bedtime. As she tucked them in, Liam grabbed her hand. Mama? Yeah, baby. I like that Ethan's here now. He's nice. I'm glad, sweetheart. Do you like him? Maya's breath caught. What do you mean? Do you like him? The way people do in movies? Noah's eyes opened. He was listening too. Maya didn't know how to answer. I think Ethan is a good person, she said carefully, and I'm happy he wants to be your dad. But do you like him? Noah asked. It's complicated when you're a grown-up. That's what grown-ups always say when the answer is yes, Liam said wisely. Maya laughed despite herself. You're too smart for your own good, both of you. She kissed their foreheads and turned off the light. As she closed the door, she heard Noah whisper to Liam, I think she likes him. And Liam whispered back, me too. Maya leaned against the wall outside their room and smiled. Maybe they were right. Maybe she did. Wednesday evening, Ethan arrived with 2 large pizzas. The boys cheered when they saw the boxes. You're the best, Liam declared, grabbing plates from the kitchen. They ate together at the small table. The boys talked nonstop about school, about the upcoming presentation they were practicing for, about the new playground equipment being installed. Ethan listened to everything. He asked questions, he laughed at their jokes, and Maya watched him, seeing how natural he was with them now. It had only been 2 weeks, but it felt like he'd been there forever. After dinner, the boys wanted to show Ethan their presentation. They were doing a report on community helpers. Liam was talking about teachers. Noah was talking about construction workers. Wait, Ethan said, grinning. You picked construction workers? Noah nodded seriously. Because that's what you do. Ms. Rivera said we could pick any community helper we wanted, so I picked you. Ethan's eyes went bright. He looked at Maya, then back at Noah. Really? Yeah. Is that okay? That's more than okay, buddy. I'm honored. Noah smiled. A real, genuine smile that reached his eyes. Maya felt her chest tighten. Her guarded son was opening up, letting Ethan in. Can you help me practice my lines? Noah asked. I keep forgetting the part about safety equipment. Absolutely. Let's go through it together. They spent an hour rehearsing. Ethan helped Noah memorize his speech about hard hats and steel-toed boots, and how construction workers build important things like schools and hospitals. Liam practiced too, though he already had his lines memorized. He was a natural performer. You guys are going to do great, Ethan said when they finished. I'm really proud of you. Will you come watch? Liam asked. It's Friday afternoon, at the school. Ethan looked at Maya. She nodded. I'll be there, Ethan promised. Wouldn't miss it. After the boys went to bed, Maya walked Ethan to the door. They lingered in the hallway like they always did. Thank you for helping them tonight, Maya said. Noah really looks up to you. He's a good kid. They both are. They're changing, you know, since you came into their lives. They're happier, more confident. So am I. Ethan's voice was soft. Being with them, being here with all of you. It's the best part of my day. Maya felt her pulse quicken. Ethan, I know we're just co-parenting. I'm not trying to rush anything. I just wanted you to know. Know what? That this means everything to me. All of it. They stood close. Too close. Maya could smell his cologne, could see the flecks of gold in his eyes. She took a step back. Good night, Ethan. Good night, Maya. But as he walked away, Maya wondered if she was protecting her heart or just being afraid. Thursday after school, Ethan met Maya and the boys at the elementary school auditorium. Ms. Rivera had called a rehearsal for all the students presenting. The auditorium was small but charming. Red velvet seats, a wooden stage with heavy curtains, the smell of old books and floor polish. Maya sat in the third row. Ethan sat next to her, leaving a respectful space between them. On stage, the twins stood with their classmates. Some kids looked confident, others looked terrified. Liam was bouncing on his toes, excited. Noah stood still, his face serious. "Okay, everyone," Ms. Rivera called from the front. "Let's run through this one more time. Remember, speak clearly. Make eye contact and don't rush." One by one, the children presented. A girl talked about firefighters. A boy talked about doctors. Another girl talked about librarians. Then it was Liam's turn. He walked to center stage and spoke clearly about teachers, how they help kids learn, how they shape the future. His delivery was perfect. "Great job, Liam," Ms. Rivera clapped. Noah went next. He started strong, then got to the part about safety equipment and froze. Ethan leaned forward in his seat. "Come on, buddy," he whispered. "You know this." Noah's eyes scanned the audience, found Ethan, and suddenly he remembered. "Construction workers wear hard hats to protect their heads," Noah said, his voice growing stronger. "They wear special boots and gloves too. Safety is the most important part of any job." He finished his presentation without stumbling again. Ethan wanted to jump up and cheer. When rehearsal ended, the boys ran down from the stage. "Did you see?" Noah asked eagerly. "I remembered." "You were perfect," Ethan said. "Both of you were." Ms. Rivera approached them. "The boys have been talking about you all week," she said to Ethan. "They're very excited that you're coming to the real presentation tomorrow. I wouldn't miss it. It's nice." Ms. Rivera smiled warmly. Having both parents there, the boys are lucky. After she walked away, Maya said quietly, "Everyone's going to think we're together. Does that bother you?" "I don't know." Maya gathered her purse. "Maybe it should. But does it?" Maya looked at him, really looked at him. "No, it doesn't." Something passed between them, an understanding, an acknowledgement. They weren't just co-parents anymore, they were becoming something else, but neither of them was ready to name it yet. Friday morning, Maya was running late. She'd forgotten to set her alarm and woke up 20 minutes behind schedule. "Boys, hurry up," she called, rushing around the apartment. "We need to leave in 5 minutes." She grabbed her work bag and her keys, checked her phone. 3 missed messages. One from her boss asking about a report, one from Aunt Denise checking in, and one from Ethan. "Good luck to the boys today. Can't wait to see them shine. See you at 2. Maya smiled, despite her stress. She dropped the boys at school and rushed to work. The morning was chaos. Back-to-back meetings, emails piling up. A problem with a client account that needed immediate attention. At lunch, Darius stopped by her desk. "Hey, you look stressed." "I am. It's been a morning." "Anything I can help with?" "Not unless you can magically make time move faster. I have to leave at 1:30 for my son's school presentation." "That's right. You mentioned that." Darius leaned against her desk. "How are things going? With the kids, Dad?" Maya stiffened slightly. "Fine. Good, actually." "That's good. I know it must be complicated." "It is, but we're figuring it out." Darius nodded. "Well, if you ever need to talk, or if you want to grab that dinner we never had, I'm around." Before Maya could respond, her phone rang. It was the school. "I have to take this, sorry." "No problem. See you later, Maya." After he walked away, Maya answered the phone. It was just a reminder about the presentation, but her mind was on Darius's comment. "If you want to grab that dinner we never had." Was he asking her out? Should she say yes, just to see if there was anything there? But even as she considered it, she knew the answer. She wasn't interested in Darius. Not really. The person she couldn't stop thinking about was Ethan. At 2 o'clock, Maya slipped into the auditorium. It was packed with parents. She spotted Ethan immediately. He'd saved her a seat in the 4th row. "Made it," she whispered, sitting down beside him. "I was getting worried. Crazy day at work." The lights dimmed. Principal Martinez welcomed everyone. Then Ms. Rivera introduced the first group of students. Maya's heart raced as she waited for the twins. Beside her, Ethan was gripping the armrests. Finally, it was time. Liam and Noah walked onto the stage with their classmates. Maya grabbed Ethan's hand without thinking. He squeezed back. Liam went first. He was confident, articulate. He talked about teachers with passion and clarity. When he finished, the audience clapped enthusiastically. Then Noah stepped forward. For a split second, his eyes went wide. Stage fright. Ethan leaned forward. He caught Noah's eye and gave him a thumbs up. A silent message. You've got this. Noah took a deep breath, and then he began. Construction workers are important community helpers. They build the places where we live, learn, and play. His voice was steady, clear. He talked about safety equipment, about teamwork, about how construction workers take pride in their work. My dad is a construction worker, Noah said. He told me that the best part of his job is knowing he's building things that help people. I think that's really cool. Maya's eyes filled with tears. Beside her, Ethan made a choked sound. When Noah finished, the applause was thunderous. He looked out into the audience, found them, and smiled. Ethan wiped his eyes quickly. Sorry, he called me his dad. I know, Maya whispered. Her own voice was thick with emotion. After the presentations, parents gathered in the hallway. The twins ran up to Ethan and Maya, their faces glowing. Did you hear me? Noah asked. I didn't forget any lines. You were amazing, Ethan said, crouching down. I'm so proud of you. Me too, Liam bounced. Did I do good too? You did great, baby, Maya said, hugging him tight. Other parents milled around, congratulating their children. A few glanced at Ethan and Maya with curious expressions. One mom approached. Your boys did wonderful. You must be so proud. We are, Maya said. How old are they? 7. Twins. I should have guessed. They look so much alike. Well, except... The woman glanced at Ethan. One has Dad's eyes. After she walked away, Noah tugged on Ethan's hand. Can I introduce you to my friends? Of course. Noah led Ethan over to a group of boys. Maya watched as Noah said proudly, This is my dad. The word dad came so naturally now, like he'd been saying it all his life. Maya felt Liam slip his hand into hers. Are you and Ethan going to get married? Liam asked innocently. Maya nearly choked. What? No. Why would you ask that? Because that's what parents do. They get married and live together. Sometimes. But sometimes parents are friends who raise kids together. Like me and Ethan. But you like each other. I can tell. Liam, it's okay, Mama. You don't have to say it. But I know. Out of the mouths of children. That evening, Maya suggested they all get ice cream to celebrate. They went to a small shop near the apartment complex. The boys ordered chocolate. Maya got vanilla. Ethan got strawberry. They sat at an outdoor table, eating and laughing. The sun was setting, painting the sky orange and pink. This is nice, Ethan said. All of us together. Yeah, Maya agreed softly. It is. After they finished, they walked back toward Maya's building. The boys ran ahead, chasing each other around trees. Can I walk you to your door? Ethan asked. You always do. I know, but tonight feels different. Special. They walked slowly, neither wanting the evening to end. At Maya's door, the boys ran inside to show Aunt Denise, who was visiting again, their presentation papers. Maya and Ethan stood in the hallway. Thank you for being there today, Maya said. It meant a lot to them, to both of them. It meant a lot to me, too. When Noah called me his dad, Ethan's voice broke. I've never felt anything like that. He loves you. They both do. I love them, too. So much it scares me. They were standing close again. The hallway was quiet except for the muffled sounds of the boys' voices inside. Maya, Ethan said softly, can I tell you something? What? I never stopped thinking about you. All those years. Even when I thought I'd never see you again. You were always there in the back of my mind. Maya's breath caught. Ethan, I know it's complicated. I know we have the boys to think about. But I need you to know how I feel. I still love you, Maya. I think I always have. The words hung in the air between them. Maya's heart pounded. Everything in her wanted to say it back, to tell him she felt the same way. But fear held her tongue. I need time, she whispered. To think, to figure out what this means. I understand. Take all the time you need. I'm not going anywhere. Maya reached up and kissed his cheek. Soft, gentle. A promise of something. Good night, Ethan. Good night. As she went inside, Maya leaned against the door, her hand on her cheek where his skin had touched hers. Aunt Denise appeared in the hallway, arms crossed. I saw that, Denise said, but she was smiling. And before you ask, yes, I still think you should be careful. But I also see the way he looks at you and the way you look at him. That's not nothing. I'm scared, Aunt Denise. I know, baby, but sometimes the best things in life are scary. Saturday morning, Maya woke up with a mission. She needed to clear her head, needed to figure out what she wanted. She dropped the boys off at Ethan's house for the first time. He'd invited them for a guy's day, movies, video games, and whatever else they wanted to do. Maya had agreed, partly because the boys were excited and partly because she needed time alone. She went to the grocery store, then the park, then just drove around town listening to music. Her phone buzzed. A text from Darius. "Hey, want to grab that coffee we've been talking about? I'm free this afternoon." Maya stared at the message. This was her chance. She could go, see if there was anything between them, give herself an option other than Ethan. But even as she thought it, she knew she wouldn't. "Thanks, but I can't. I appreciate the offer, though." His response was quick. "No worries. See you Monday." Maya put her phone away and drove to her favorite thinking spot, a small park overlooking the river. She sat on a bench and watched the water flow. Steady, constant, moving forward. That's what she needed to do, move forward. Ethan wasn't the man who'd left 7 years ago. He'd grown, changed, become someone solid, someone dependable, and she wasn't the scared 22-year-old girl anymore either. She'd raised 2 incredible boys, built a life, learned what she was capable of. Maybe they could be something together, not what they were before, but something new, something better. Her phone rang. It was Ethan. "Hey," she answered. "Everything okay?" "Everything's great. The boys are having a blast. But I have a question." "What? Would you want to come over? For dinner? I'm making spaghetti. The boys want you here." "Just the boys?" There was a pause. "No, I want you here too." Maya smiled. "Okay, I'll be there in 20 minutes. Ethan's house was small but clean, a little cluttered with work boots by the door and newspapers on the coffee table. But it felt lived in, real. The boys showed her around excitedly. "This is Ethan's room, and this is where we're going to build a fort later. And look at his tools in the garage." Dinner was simple. Spaghetti, garlic bread, salad. They ate at Ethan's small dining table, laughing and talking. After dinner, the boys built a blanket fort in the living room. Ethan and Maya cleaned up the kitchen. "Thank you for coming," Ethan said, drying a plate. "Thank you for inviting me." They worked in comfortable silence. Then Ethan said, "I've been thinking about what I said yesterday, about still loving you." Maya's hands stilled in the soapy water. "I don't want to pressure you," Ethan continued, "but I also don't want to pretend I don't feel the way I feel. So I'm just going to be honest. I want this, Maya, not just co-parenting. I want us, a real us, a family." Maya turned to face him. Water dripped from her hands, but she didn't notice. "I never stopped loving you either," she said quietly. "I tried. I told myself I was over you, but I wasn't. I'm not." Ethan's face transformed. Hope, joy, relief. "But I'm scared," Maya added quickly. "What if it doesn't work? What if we mess this up and the boys get hurt?" "We won't mess it up. Not this time. We're different now. Better." "How can you be so sure?" "Because I know what I want. I want you. I want them. I want us to be a family, and I'll do whatever it takes to make that happen." Maya felt tears slip down her cheeks. "I want that too." Ethan stepped closer. He cupped her face gently. "Can I kiss you?" "Yes." Their lips met, soft at first, then deeper. 7 years of longing and loss and love poured into that kiss. When they pulled apart, they were both breathless. "Wow," Maya whispered. "Yeah, wow." From the living room they heard Liam shout, "The fort is done. Come see." They pulled apart, laughing. "To be continued?" Ethan asked. "Definitely." They joined the boys in the fort. It was cramped and messy and perfect. They all squished inside, telling stories and eating popcorn. At some point, both boys fell asleep. Liam's head on Maya's lap. Noah curled against Ethan's side. "This is what I want," Ethan whispered, looking at their sons. "Every day, forever." "Me too," Maya said, and she meant it. Sunday morning, Maya woke up on Ethan's couch. She'd fallen asleep there after they put the boys in the guest room. Ethan was in the kitchen making coffee. The smell pulled her awake. "Morning," he said, handing her a mug. "Morning, I can't believe I fell asleep here." "I'm glad you did. It felt right, all of us together." The boys woke up soon after. They had pancakes for breakfast. Then Ethan drove them all back to Maya's apartment. At her door, the boys hugged Ethan goodbye. "Can we do that again?" Noah asked. "Sleep at your house. Anytime your mama says it's okay." "It's okay," Maya said. She looked at Ethan. "More than okay." After the boys went inside, Ethan and Maya stood in the hallway. "So," Ethan said, "we're doing this?" "Yeah, we're doing this." "Slow, slow," Maya agreed. "For the boys, for the boys." He kissed her forehead and left. Maya went inside, feeling lighter than she had in years. The boys were already arguing over what movie to watch. "Boys," Maya said, "come sit down. I need to talk to you. They sat on the couch, looking worried. Am I in trouble? Liam asked. No, baby. Nobody's in trouble. I just want to talk about Ethan. What about him? Noah asked. How would you feel if Ethan and if we were more than just friends? The boys looked at each other, then back at her. You mean like boyfriend and girlfriend? Liam asked. Something like that. Maybe. Would he live with us? Noah asked. Not right away, but maybe someday, if things work out. Liam grinned. I think that would be awesome. Me too, Noah said. Can we call him Dad all the time now, not just Ethan? Maya's eyes filled with tears. If that's what you want and if it's okay with him, it will be, Liam said confidently. He loves us, I can tell. Yeah, Noah agreed. He loves us, and he loves you too, Mama. Maya pulled both boys into a hug. I love you two so much. You know that, right? We know, they said in unison. Everything was changing, but this time, change felt like hope. Monday morning felt different. Maya dropped the boys at school and headed to work with a smile she couldn't quite hide. Everything was changing. She and Ethan were together now, not officially announced to the world, but together, taking it slow, figuring it out. Her phone buzzed with a text. Good morning, hope you have a great day. The boys too, miss you already. Maya's smile widened. She typed back, miss you too. See you tonight? Definitely. At work, Maya felt lighter. The morning meetings didn't drag. The emails didn't feel overwhelming. She caught herself humming while filing reports. Someone's in a good mood, Darius observed, appearing at her desk with his usual coffee offering. Just a good weekend, Maya said, accepting the cup. Thanks. Must have been really good. You're glowing. Maya felt her cheeks warm. It was nice. Spent time with my boys. And their dad. Ah. Something flickered across Darius's face. Things are going well with him then? Yeah, really well. That's good. I'm happy for you, Maya. He smiled, but it didn't quite reach his eyes. You deserve to be happy. After he walked away, Maya felt a twinge of guilt. Had Darius been interested in her? Had she led him on somehow? No. She'd been friendly, professional, nothing more. Still, she made a mental note to keep things strictly professional from now on. She didn't want any misunderstandings. That week fell into a new rhythm. Ethan came over every evening. They had dinner together, helped with homework, read stories. And after the boys went to bed, Ethan and Maya would sit on the couch and talk. Sometimes they talked about the past, about what went wrong, about the pain and the misunderstandings. Other times they talked about the future, about what they wanted, about their fears and hopes. And sometimes they didn't talk at all. They just sat close, his arm around her shoulders, her head on his chest, breathing in sync. This is nice, Maya said one night. Just being together. It's everything I wanted, Ethan replied. For so long. Were you lonely after you left? Yeah. Taking care of my mom was the right thing to do, but it was hard, watching her fade, knowing I couldn't save her, and missing you the whole time. I wish I'd known. I wish I could have helped. You're helping now just by being here, by letting me be part of this. Maya tilted her head up to look at him. I'm not letting you be part of anything. You are part of this. Part of us. He kissed her, slow and sweet, like they had all the time in the world. Wednesday evening, Maya needed to run to the grocery store. They were out of milk and bread, and the boys needed lunch supplies for school. I'll come with you, Ethan offered. The boys can stay here and work on their reading. Aunt Denise was visiting, so Maya felt comfortable leaving them for 20 minutes. At the store, Ethan pushed the cart while Maya grabbed items from the shelves. It felt domestic, normal, like something a real couple would do. They were in the cereal aisle when Maya heard a familiar voice. Maya, hey. She turned. Darius was walking toward them with his own cart. Oh, hi, Darius. Fancy meeting you here. Darius smiled. Then his eyes shifted to Ethan. And you must be... Ethan. Ethan extended his hand. The boy's father. Right. Darius. I work with Maya. They shook hands. The energy was awkward. We were just grabbing a few things, Maya said quickly. How about you? Same. Needed dinner supplies. Darius glanced between them. You two look cozy. Like you've been doing this forever. Maya felt Ethan tense beside her. We're figuring it out, Maya said lightly. Well, good for you. Darius's tone was friendly, but something in his eyes wasn't. I should let you get back to your shopping. See you at work, Maya. After he walked away, Ethan was quiet. You okay? Maya asked. Is that the co-worker? The one who asked you to dinner? Yeah. But it's not. He was flirting with you. What? No, he wasn't. Maya, I'm a guy. I know flirting when I see it. Maya stopped walking and turned to face him. Ethan, even if he was, it doesn't matter. I'm with you, not him. I know, Ethan ran a hand through his hair. I don't like the way he looked at you. How did he look at me? Like he wishes I wasn't here. Maya felt a flash of irritation. You're being ridiculous. Am I? Because it seems like he's interested and you didn't shut it down. There's nothing to shut down. He's a co-worker, that's all. They stood in the cereal aisle, the tension thick between them. I'm sorry, Ethan said finally. You're right. I'm being stupid. I waited 7 years to have you back in my life. The thought of losing you again terrifies me. Maya's anger melted. She stepped closer and took his hand. You're not going to lose me. I chose you, Ethan. I chose us. Some random guy at work isn't going to change that. Even if he's good-looking and has a stable office job and probably doesn't come home covered in sawdust? Maya laughed despite herself. I like the sawdust. It's very manly. Ethan smiled. Yeah? Yeah. She squeezed his hand. Now can we please finish shopping? Aunt Denise is probably wondering where we are. Okay. But for the record, I still don't like him. Noted. They finished shopping and drove back to the apartment. In the car, Ethan reached over and took Maya's hand. I'm sorry, he said again, for being jealous, for doubting you. It's okay, I understand. We're still learning how to do this. Yeah, but I need to trust you. I do trust you. Good, because I'm not going anywhere. Back at the apartment, Aunt Denise had the boys reading aloud. They looked up when Maya and Ethan walked in with grocery bags. Everything okay? Denise asked, reading Maya's face. You look flushed. Fine. Just ran into someone from work. After they put the groceries away, Denise pulled Maya aside in the kitchen. What happened? Maya explained the encounter with Darius, the jealousy, the tension. Denise listened without interrupting. You know what this means, right? Denise said when Maya finished. What? It means he's all in. Men don't get jealous unless they really care. He was being ridiculous, though. Maybe, but he was also being human. Give him grace, Maya. He's adjusting too. Maya nodded. You're right, it's just, this is all so new. Sometimes I forget we're still figuring each other out. That's normal. You two have history, but you're also basically starting over. There's going to be bumps. When did you get so wise? Denise laughed. I've always been wise. You just don't always listen. That night, after Ethan left and the boys were in bed, Maya called him. Hey, he answered. Everything okay? Yeah. I just wanted to say, I get it. Why you got jealous today, and I'm not mad about it. You should be. I was acting insecure. You were acting like someone who cares. There's a difference. I do care. So much. I know, and I care about you too. So let's make a deal. If something bothers you, tell me. And I'll do the same. No games, no assuming, just honesty. Deal? Good. Now get some sleep. You have work tomorrow. You too. Good night, Maya. Good night. Maya hung up, feeling settled. They'd had their first real disagreement as a couple, and they'd worked through it. Maybe they could actually do this. Friday evening, Ethan invited Maya and the boys over for dinner again. This time, he'd prepared a surprise. Close your eyes, he told the boys as they entered the house. No peeking. What is it? Liam asked, barely containing his excitement. You'll see. Keep them closed. Ethan led them to the backyard. Maya followed, curious. Okay, open, the boys gasped. In the backyard, Ethan had set up a small tent. Inside were sleeping bags, pillows, and a battery-powered lantern. We're camping, Noah shouted. Backyard camping, Ethan clarified. I thought it would be fun. We can roast marshmallows in the fire pit and tell stories. This is awesome. Liam ran to the tent and crawled inside. Maya looked at Ethan, her heart full. You did all this? I wanted to do something special. For them. For us. It's perfect. They spent the evening outside. Ethan grilled hot dogs. They roasted marshmallows. The boys told silly jokes that made everyone laugh. As darkness fell, they all squeezed into the tent. It was tight quarters, but nobody minded. Tell us a story, Dad, Noah said. The word, Dad, still made Ethan's breath catch, but he was getting used to it, learning to accept it, to be worthy of it. What kind of story? A scary one. Not too scary, Maya warned. I don't want nightmares. Ethan told a story about a friendly ghost who lived in a library. It was more silly than scary. The boys loved it. Afterward, Liam said, I wish we could do this every weekend. Maybe we can, Ethan said. If your mama's okay with it. Maya smiled. I think that sounds wonderful. Later, after the boys fell asleep in the tent, Maya and Ethan sat by the dying fire pit. The night was cool. Stars filled the sky. Thank you for this, Maya said. "This whole evening. It was magical. I want to give them everything. Experiences, memories, time. You're already giving them the most important thing, you." Ethan turned to face her. The firelight flickered across his features. "I need to tell you something," he said. "What?" "I love you, Maya. Not just as the mother of my children, not just as someone from my past. I love you, present tense, right now, completely." Maya felt tears prick her eyes. "I love you too." "Yeah?" "Yeah. I think I never stopped. Even when I was angry. Even when I thought I'd moved on. Some part of me was always waiting for you." He kissed her, long and deep. 7 years of separation melted away. When they pulled apart, Maya rested her forehead against his. "What do we do now?" she whispered. "We build a life, together, all 4 of us. I'm scared. Me too. But I'm more scared of not trying." "Okay, let's try. Really try. Really try," Ethan echoed. They sat together in comfortable silence, watching the embers glow. The following weeks fell into an easy pattern. Ethan was at Maya's apartment almost every day. He had his own drawer in her dresser now, his toothbrush in the bathroom, his coffee mug in the cabinet. The boys called him Dad without hesitation. They ran to him when they got hurt, sought his advice on homework, asked him to tuck them in at night. Maya watched it all unfold with wonder and gratitude. One Saturday afternoon, Aunt Denise came over for her weekly visit. She found Maya folding laundry in the living room, while Ethan and the boys played a board game. "Can I talk to you?" Denise asked Maya quietly. "Sure. What's up?" They stepped into the kitchen. Denise's expression was serious, but not unkind. "I need to say something, and I need you to hear me." "Okay. I was wrong about him, about Ethan. I thought he'd hurt you again. I thought he'd disappoint those boys. But I was wrong." Maya felt tears well up. "Aunt Denise, let me finish. I see the way he looks at you, the way he is with those boys. He's not the kid who left 7 years ago. He's a man, a good man, and I'm sorry I didn't give him a fair chance. You were protecting me. I understand that." "I was. But you don't need protection from him. You need partnership. And that's what he's giving you." From the living room, they heard Ethan laugh at something Liam said. The sound was warm, happy. "He makes you happy," Denise observed. "Really happy. I haven't seen you like this in years." "He does, and it terrifies me sometimes. How much I need him, how much we all need him. That's what family is, baby. Needing each other, depending on each other. When did I get so lucky?" Denise hugged her. "You didn't get lucky. You both chose this every day. That's not luck, that's love." A month after their first kiss, Ethan asked Maya to meet him at the park, the same park where they'd had their first meeting with the boys. "Why are we here?" Maya asked as they walked along the path. The boys ran ahead, chasing each other. "Because this is where it started, where we became a family. We're already a family, I know, but I wanted to make it official, in a way." Ethan stopped walking. The boys noticed and ran back. "What's happening?" Noah asked. "I want to talk to all 3 of you about something important." The boys looked at Maya. She shrugged, equally confused. Ethan crouched down to the boys' level. "You 2 are the best thing that ever happened to me. Being your dad is the greatest honor of my life." "We love you too, Dad," Liam said. "And your mama." Ethan stood and looked at Maya. "You saved me. When I didn't even know I needed saving. You gave me purpose, hope, a reason to be better." "Ethan, what are you doing?" "I'm asking if we can make this official, not marriage. Not yet. We're still taking things slow. But I want to know if I can move in. If I can be there every morning and every night. If we can really do this together." Maya's heart thundered. "You want to move in?" "Only if you want me to. The boys and I already talked about it." "You did?" Maya looked at her sons. "Yeah." Liam bounced excitedly. "We want Dad to live with us." "Please, Mama," Noah added. Maya looked at Ethan, at the hope and fear and love in his eyes, then at her boys, at their eager faces. "Yes," she said. "Yes, move in with us." Ethan lifted her off her feet and spun her around. The boys cheered and jumped up and down. When he set her down, they were both laughing and crying at once. "We're really doing this," Maya said. "We really are." The boys grabbed both of their hands. Liam took Maya's right hand and Ethan's left. Noah took Maya's left hand and Ethan's right. "Come on," Liam pulled. "Let's go to the swings." They walked together, connected, a family, not perfect, but real. As they walked toward the setting sun, Maya thought about everything that had led to this moment. The pain, the separation, the years of raising the boys alone, but also the resilience, the love that survived despite everything. The second chance they'd been given. "What are you thinking about?" Ethan asked softly. "Everything, how we got here, how lucky we are." "Not lucky. Blessed." "Yeah, blessed." They reached the playground. The boys ran to the swings, calling for Ethan to push them. "Higher!" Noah shouted. "Be careful!" Maya called out, her mother instincts always on alert. Ethan pushed the swings gently, making sure the boys were safe. He glanced back at Maya and smiled. She smiled back. This was her family, messy and imperfect and absolutely right. Later, as they walked back to the car, Liam said, "Can we come here every week, as a family? We can come here as often as you want," Ethan promised. "Good, because this is our spot now, where everything started." "Where everything started," Maya echoed. They loaded into Ethan's truck. It was bigger than Maya's sedan. The boys buckled into the back seat. Ethan drove. Maya sat beside him, her hand in his. "Home?" Ethan asked. Maya squeezed his hand. "Home." As they drove through the streets of their small city, the sun dipped below the horizon. The sky turned purple and gold. The boys chattered in the back seat about their week ahead. Maya looked at Ethan's profile, at the man who'd come back into her life by chance and stayed by choice, the man who loved her sons as fiercely as she did, the man who'd become her partner in every way. "Thank you," she said quietly. "For what?" "For not giving up, for coming back, for being here. Thank you for letting me, for giving me a second chance." "We gave each other a second chance." "Yeah, we did." They pulled into the parking lot of Maya's apartment complex. Soon it would be their apartment complex. Ethan would officially live here, his clothes in the closet, his name on the lease, his life intertwined with theirs completely. The boys jumped out and raced to the building. Maya and Ethan followed more slowly, hand in hand. "Are you scared?" Maya asked. "Terrified." "Me too. But you're still saying yes." "I'm still saying yes." They reached the door. Liam and Noah were already inside, heading up the stairs. Ethan pulled Maya close. "I'm going to spend the rest of my life making sure you never regret this." "I won't regret it, I promise." He kissed her there in the doorway, a kiss that tasted like hope and home and forever. When they pulled apart, they heard the boys calling from upstairs. "Come on, we want to show Dad where his stuff is going to go." They laughed and headed up the stairs together, one step at a time, one day at a time, building a future they never expected, but both desperately wanted. A future as a family, chosen, loved, complete. The end.